In my Coney cut-a-strut shock install video, I found out that my lower ball joints on both sides were bad. So in this video, we're going to be replacing the entire lower control arm with TRQ Scion XA/XB control arms, since you can't just replace the lower ball joint itself. In order to replace the lower control arm, we're going to have to get a whole lot of things out of our way. Start with the wheel. Grab your 21mm socket and impact or breaker bar and remove the lug nuts. Now you're going to need a 10mm and a 12mm to remove the brake hose, ABS wheel speed sensor, and the bottom of the sway bar end link. Next, use an open-ended 14mm wrench, preferably a ratcheting one.
I need ratcheting wrenches, man. Oh my god. I'm not doing the other side of this damn car until I get ratcheting wrenches. This is terrible. This is the worst.
So that you can stick a 5mm Allen key through and hold the end link bolt in while you take the nut off. This will allow you to get the sway bar end link out of the way and will allow the lower control arm to move more freely.
Here's the end link I just took off. Help me! Help me! Yeah, we're taking off the castle nut now.
Remove this cotter pin from the castle nut so that we'll be able to break it loose with a 19mm wrench. And remember to lock the steering by trying to turn the wheel without the key in the ignition, or else it'll just turn the wheel.
So if I take out the whole control arm right now, that would actually be bad, because we need to press the old ball joint thing out.
The first time I did this on the other side of the car, I hammered and hammered on the lower ball joint and never got it out, so I bought one of these tie rod end pullers, and with that I was able to press the old lower ball joint out of the knuckle. The outside of the tool is a hexagon, and it's just a little too big. It caused friction and rubbing on the knuckle, and it wasn't until I was able to get the piece down low enough that it finally pressed it out. And in order to get the actual bolt part that presses down to push on the lower ball joint at all, I had to put the castle nut back on, and it just destroyed it. It was really messy, and on the left side it ended up being really hard to get off.
We're going to slide it over top of the old, lower ball joint, and then we will twist until it goes pop. The problem with this tool for this use is that it just doesn't fit right. Tried tightening this castle nut onto here a little bit so I have some extra width to work with. At some point it's going to make a loud pop and it will just come out. But until then, the tension is killing me. Oh! Hopefully like that. Hopefully that's what that was. Yes, okay, great. So now just get this stupid castle nut off. Yeah, it is just spinning as one thing. Is there any way to hold onto the ball joint? Yeah, probably, especially since we don't care about what happens to it. Maybe we'll just get some vice grips. We'll just grab the thing down here. Oh, yes. Finally got this stupid castle nut off.
Here, use a 17mm socket and wrench to get this bolt and nut out. Notice there's red Loctite on it. The last bolt is a 19mm through a bushing back here in the lower control arm. However, it also goes through this brace that connects the parts of the chassis up here in the front under the wheel well. Besides the large 19 that goes into the bushing, the other two bolts are 17mm. After taking these out, we'll be able to just remove the entire lower control arm from the car.
There's a rubber bushing here, as well as the ball joint at the knuckle, and these were cracked also. Don't undo the bracket first. Undo that second, because it's really annoying. Now we just need to separate this bolt from this thing here.
On the other side, this part gave me the most trouble. This bolt really doesn't want to come out of that bushing.
When I watched my dad do it, he just hit it with a hammer over and over and over and over and over again until it came out. So I guess that's what I'm gonna try now.
The other voice you keep hearing in the background is my brother-in-law. He recently graduated from JMU with a degree in engineering, and the two of us figured out a much better way to remove the bolt from the bushing.
Ratchet straps are pretty strong. Oh, this is beautiful. So I say we just let it rip.
Here, we'll pump the jack open so that two pieces are being pressed apart from each other, and then we will add energy to the system.
Was that it? Pull it a little. No. It came out a little, I swear. Yes! Brilliant. Alright. This is the only part we actually need. Yes!
I guess that's all you need to do if you're at home and it's stuck. Throw a bit of safety to the wind, a ratchet strap, a jack.
YouTuber face.
True.
Sure, one frame out of that 30 seconds will be usable. This is garbage. This is for shipping. There is an L cast into this, so hopefully this is the left side of the car. So we are in fact on the left, so everything's great.
They didn't hear that.
In the shock video that is already out by the time you're watching this, because you're probably watching this like 4 weeks from right now. There's a good old fart in that one too. So, yeah. Oh, we need a cotter pin. So these do come with cotter pins, but I lost one. I can just go to the hardware store and get one though.
Do you mind getting us a cotter pin on the...
A what?
A cotter pin.
And that is what exactly?
So you have a castle nut, gaps in it, and then you line it up, this whole pin through, bend it, and the nut don't come off.
Let me bring something so I have something to say.
Take this.
I'm not taking that.
So 1/8 is too big. So the next size down is 332. So it's got to be that. It just doesn't seem like it's that substantial. Where'd that giant bolt go, man? Like, Scoop, where'd it go? These were the 2 bolts for this. Where's the last one? I want a garage. Oh, it's right here.
When reinstalling the lower control arm, begin with that big rubber bushing all the way at the far end. I found that this was the hardest bolt to actually get lined up properly, so by inserting it first, you have the most flexibility. Just ensure that you put the bolt through the bracket, and then the bolt through the bushing second, and then you can hold it all up to the car as one unit and start threading it in. I found that flat nut and bolt to be the easiest to install, so instead I did the ball joint second, and I put that nut and bolt in last. There was red thread locker on this bolt when I took it out, so I put some blue thread locker on it because that's all I had, but I recommend that you actually plan ahead and get the correct thread locker.
What could possibly go wrong?
Since all the bolts are back in, you can straighten out the wheel and jack up the lower control arm so that you can start tightening some of those bolts that we loosened up down.
Torque that to 1 ugga-dugga.
I don't know who does, but I don't have a torque wrench that you could possibly fit on this castle nut. Luckily, because it's a castle nut and a cotter pin, you need to be able to tighten it so that the nut is low enough that you can actually fit the cotter pin through the hole, and that will actually tell you if it's tight enough.
End link. Washer, bushing, washer.
For the sway bar end link, I actually recommend putting the car back on the ground completely and then just installing the end link by laying on your back and sort of sticking your hands up in there. Because the sway bar is very sensitive to the other wheel, having the car flat on the ground allows you to get in there a lot more easily because the car is sort of in the correct designed position for the sway bar to be flat and level.
Let's put a bunch of weight on this so that the sway bar is approximately in the right position. And then go to town. Go to town, yeah. Baby, won't you let me go to town? If you want a chance, baby, never or now. Hey, hey, hey. Go down, go down, go down. Come off. The socket is stuck on there so bad. Tired of this. Tired of running, tired of this shit. Ooh. Come out.
Why are you so angry? You need water, holy water.
That's it. I'm gonna clean up now. Like, share, subscribe.
So, that's everything you need to do to replace your lower control arms. Hopefully you like this style of video. If you do, let me know in the comments below. Hit all the buttons so that YouTube knows that I'm doing the correct thing. And I'll see you in the next video. Or not. But if you're watching this late, I probably will. Maybe. We'll see.